people who are watching this on the interwebs.
Sorry, I waved. And
Bubba Ray coming out on Raw.
I waved, and you said, "What's up?" And I was like, "That didn't seem right," so I wanted to get gangster with it. And then I'm way too white for that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Moving on.
Yeah, this is Indy News, which comes out on this day every week anyway, so you should know that by now. If you're in
Monday.
in the loop, if you're in the know, you know that that's what this is. It's where we talk about independent professional wrestling, not WWE, not Lucha Underground, not
NXT.
What? I don't know. That was like a demon just took over me.
Impact.
Gross. None of them televised, boys, with the exception of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, Ring of Honor is the only.
Because they're cool, and they're independent D.
Sorta.
For the most part. And we're going to tell you about what happened over the weekend, and what's going to happen next weekend, and maybe some stuff in between those things to break up the lists of thousands of names.
So, Kevin Hawk, what happened this weekend?
This weekend, on Friday, the 29th, we had Shine 32.
Ladies!
This was in the Orpheum in Eber City, Florida. We had Jessica Havoc defeat Andrea. We had Crazy Mary Dobson defeat supermodel Amy Love. That was her Shine debut. We had the team of Legendary defeat Amanda Rodriguez and Thunder Kitty. We had Barbie Hayden, who's also making her Shine debut, defeat Renee Michelle. We had Kimberly defeat Jamie Jameson. That's leading up to the eventual Better Than You versus the Kimber Bombs for the Shine Tag Team Championships.
Right.
We had Amber Gallows successfully defend the NWA Women's Championship against Leva Bates.
Nice.
We had Luscious Latasha defeat Vanessa Craven. Sue Young defeated Allison Kay. And in the main event, Taylor Made successfully defended the Shine Championship against Santana Garrett.
All right.
Then on Saturday, the 30th, we had two shows. One at 2 p.m., one at 7 p.m., both in the Wrestle Factory, which means it was
Chikara!
Yes. We started at 2 p.m. with Days of the Phoenix, a good opening show where we had the Proletariat Boar of Moldova defeat Arctic Rescue Ant. We had Hermit Crab and the debuting Rock Lobster.
Oh, no!
And they defeated the team of Macklemore Ben and Lewis Ryan.
What?
We had Jaka defeat Amasis in one-on-one action.
Son of a bitch.
The interesting thing to note for this match is, but prior to Amasis' entrance, he was introduced by Jakob Hammermeyer and Pinky Sanchez as the newest member of the BDK.
What? I don't like that at all.
Jaka is in the BDK now.
That's scary.
Well, they had to get somebody to replace Soldier Ant.
True.
They lost Soldier Ant, so at this point, because Knockin's been gone for ages now,
True.
That the BDK is basically down to just Jakob and Pinky, so we need. And
I guess we do have to replenish the ranks.
And if you go watch the Challenge of the Immortals finals, after Kimberly and Crown Court win, you watch Jaka and the Wrecking Crew all leaving, and you'll see Jakob Hammermeyer actually approach Jaka as they're getting to the curtain.
Oh.
So that's what that was all about.
Well, all right.
We had Juan Francisco de Coronado and Prakash Sabar defeat Dasher Hatfield and Heidi Lovelace in a tag team match. A little interesting note from this one is that I think it was Proletariat Board of Moldova was going to use the Ecuadorian flag to attack Dasher Hatfield. Mr. Touchdown came out and made the save by grabbing the flag out of the Boar's hands, but Dasher turned around and saw Mr. Touchdown with the flag. So Dasher assumed that Touchdown was trying to use the flag to cheat on their behalf.
Dasher, you have horrible timing.
Soldier Ant defeated Jakob Hammermeyer. And in the main event of this show, Team NRG successfully retained the tag titles against the Nightmare Warriors. We had the first fall, Hollow Wicked defeated Race Jackson, but in 2 falls back-to-back, Race Jackson would avenge his fall to Hollow Wicked, and then Hype Rockwell would defeat Frightmare for the 3rd and final fall of the match.
Very nice.
And then we had 5 senses. This was at 7 p.m., I believe.
Chikara again.
We opened up with Kobold, who's replacing an injured Icarus, defeating Pinky Sanchez.
Nice.
Oh, to go back also, that was Soldier Ant's 3rd point towards championship contention.
Oh.
And then we had Los Ice Creams with their medallions defeat the team of Adam Ward and Burt West. We had Wani defeat Mr. Touchdown. Mr. Touchdown dejected because he had no one in his corner. Battleborn defeated the Batiri, that's Missile Assault Man and Lucas Calhoun. They defeated the Batiri. The Colony, Silver Ant, Fire Ant, and Worker Ant defeated the Snake Pit, Ophidian, Argus, and Shinron.
Rockin' Ophidian.
And then Princess Kimberly's title defense against Oleg the Usurper went to a no contest because all 3 members of the Devastation Corporation would come out and interfere and attack both people in the match. Odd note to this one is that I think Max Smashmaster was dressed as one of the ice creams. And then I don't remember. Somebody came out and helped.
Are you trying to make me hate you?
Somebody came out and tried to help run off the Wrecking Crew, I think.
I already don't like Smashmaster, and you dress up like an ice cream?
And then, like, the other note from this one is that they took Princess Kimberly and beat her up in front of a little girl fan in the audience. Made the little girl watch as they beat up Princess Kimberly.
I thought they'd be better off without Sydney Bacabella, and God, I was wrong.
Yep.
Terrible people.
Fortunately, though, we didn't end the show there as we had an encore match in which Heidi Lovelace would defeat Juan Francisco de Coronado.
Yeah.
And that is Heidi Lovelace's 2nd point towards title contention.
There's lots of people coming after Kimberly.
Yeah, and I think, if I remember correctly, beating the Batiri, Battleborn now has 3 points towards title contention.
Yeah. And ice cream.
Something like that.
And ice creams have their medallions.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a tag title shot for those 2.
And then Sunday on the 31st, we had Beyond Wrestling in Somerville, Massachusetts, presenting A Dream Left Behind. We opened up with a cage match.
Oh, wow.
Where
All right.
JT Dunn defeated Judge Nella by escaping the cage. We had Ryan Gallio defeat Jonathan Gresham. We had Matt Riddle defeat the real deal Chuck O'Neal. We had Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa defeat the Hit Squad. We had Zack Sabre Jr. defeat Brian Fury. We had AR Fox defeat Hot Sauce Tracy Williams in a submission match. We had Shinron defeat Travis Air Gordon. Chris Hero defeated Matt Tremont. The Crusade for Change defeated Team Pazuzu in a 6-man tag match. And the team of Lovely, that's Heidi Lovelace and Princess Kimberly, would defeat Sami Callihan and Chris Dickinson, the United States Death Machine, in the final encounter.
That's awesome. Good job, ladies. And now this is the time where I tell you, there's a time at the bottom of the screen. You should click for that. If you don't want to be spoiled for this Wednesday's Ring of Honor on Comet. I just found out I have that channel so I can watch Ring of Honor again.
Twice.
If I wanted to.
Which some weeks, it's good enough to watch twice.
Yeah, it might not be. This week, not so
Ooh.
much. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, oh my God, you have to watch Ring of Honor. So it was a good show, but it wasn't like a. We open up with Roddy versus the World.
Hey,
this is Roderick Strong defending the ROH TV title against people every single week. And this week he would go against deathmatch veteran Masada. And Masada is scary.
Mm-hmm.
He hits hard.
Yep.
He actually back suplexed Roddy so hard that Roddy kneed himself in the face, which was pretty gnarly. And then he went for his bamboo sticks that he likes to stab in people's heads. Unfortunately, Roddy would be able to fight out of that. And as Masada was getting back into the ring, Roddy would hit him with one of those vicious knockout knees that he throws and pick up the win and retain the TV title. He would then, all of a sudden, Bobby Fish's voice starts coming out of nowhere, and he's sitting front row with a microphone. And he would say,
Roddy, as most people do.
Yeah.
In the front row.
He'd say, he says that Roddy versus the World is saying, it means you'll come out here every week and defend the championship against everyone who isn't Bobby Fish, because of how the shady way that Roddy retained the title at Final Battle still is resonating with Bobby Fish. Roddy calls him a sore loser, storms off. Fish says he is a patient man and has no better place to be than right up in Roddy's face. So he ain't done, Roddy. He's coming after you.
He's coming with you, Roddy.
Then we had our second first-round top prospect tournament match where Punisher Martinez took on Colby Corino. Punisher Martinez is another scary man. He's very death metal kind of look going on.
I don't think he's scarier than Masada, though.
No. He's scary in a different way. Like, he's one of those guys, like...
I think he's scary in the way that you look at someone and go, he has the potential to be scary.
Yeah. No.
Where you look at Masada and you go...
I'm going to walk to the other side of the street.
Yeah, like, you look at Masada, and even if you don't know him, your insides start to shrivel up and die. Like, if you like, go to a wrestling show, and you see his name on the card, and then you see Versus, and then your name, you panic.
And then you pee yourself, and then you
pee yourself, and then you pass out, and then you wake up, and you're in the ring, and then you pass out again because he's on the other side of the ring, and then he just has his way with your corpse.
Wow, okay, moving on. Right off the bat, Colby Corino gives up almost 100 pounds to Punisher Martinez.
Colby Corino's skinny.
Yeah, it's like 157 to like...
It's like a Swiss cheeseburger.
That's...
He's white and skinny.
I think he might weigh...
He's about 5 pounds heavier than cheeseburger.
Yeah, he's right in the same rate. That's like 157 to 263 or something like that. Just ridiculous. So right off the bat, Colby Corino has no fucking chance. Punisher is just slapping him around and just is about to destroy him. Colby actually catches a lucky drop kick, kind of puts Punisher on the back wheel here. Has no idea what's going on. Colby actually throws some really great offense. Ends up hitting a dive. They get back in the ring. He hits a second rope springboard ace crusher like Jimmy Jacobs. Everyone was freaking out about that. He got a near fall on Punisher, but unfortunately, Punisher Martinez is just too damn big. Ended up giving him this ridiculous backbreaker and finished him off with a sit outside choke slam, and it was all over from Colby went for a head scissors on the outside, ended up getting caught and then powerbombed right on the apron, then tossed in for the choke slam. Just, it was a bad night to be Colby Corino. So Punisher Martinez moves on, and he will face the winner of Leo Rush versus Jason Kincaid. But we had B.J. Whitmer get on the microphone and say, you know what, Colby, this was a good try, but he starts focusing on Mr. Wrestling 3, saying, Colby, I want you to tell your father to take that mask off and reveal who he is. Otherwise, fate is going to have to determine my actions. And Mr. Wrestling 3 goes, I don't know who you think I am. I'm Mr. Wrestling 3. I'm a color commentator, yada, yada, yada. So then BJ starts saying, this man, your father, he moved on to a different family. He got a different wife. He got a new son. And you spent Christmas with me. I let you into my home, and I can forgive you for unfortunately being left behind by your father. What I can't forgive is the fact that you gave this man another chance. Apparently he called him during Christmas, and BJ took that as a personal shot. So then BJ would give like 6 or 7 exploder suplexes, a couple of T-bone suplexes, just destroying Colby Carino, and would walk away. Mr. Wrestling 3 would actually help Colby to the back. So we're building some tension here. I think Steve Carino might come out of retirement.
So now we're thinking maybe it looks like we could go in the direction of the Carinos versus the Decade.
Possibly. Yeah.
I can see like if unless Colby goes back to the Decade because he's the whipping boy anyways.
Yeah.
I could imagine seeing Steve and Colby Carino versus Whitmer and Page.
Yeah. That's very possible. Adam Page actually wasn't even in this segment. BJ was just out in Colby's corner by himself. If Adam Page was out there, he might have had a chance to beat Punisher Martinez, but he didn't. So yeah, we're building up some tension there. We go on to our main event, which is Red Dragon versus Jay Lethal and Adam Cole, baby! And Adam Cole and Jay Lethal do not get along at all.
No.
Because Adam Cole is one of the #1 contenders, along with Kyle O'Reilly. They did have a really great double team move where Lethal actually started to hit Lethal combination. He hit the backbreaker, and when he got back up, Adam Cole hit a super kick. Then he dropped him back down for a backbreaker, hit the complete shot, and then as it was O'Reilly, as O'Reilly was getting back up, Adam Cole ended up hitting him with the Shining Wizard. So it was a good back and forth there. Lethal would end up catching Kyle O'Reilly with a spinning kick. It was a really beautiful, like almost roundhouse kick, but he added like a couple extra twirls in there. It was fucking crazy. So O'Reilly is dazed at this point. Lethal is going for lethal injection, but Bobby Fish actually shoves Adam Cole towards Kyle O'Reilly. It knocks O'Reilly off to the side, and as Lethal comes back for the Ace Crusher, hits Adam Cole with the Ace Crusher, gets double clothesline over the top. Adam Cole gets hit with Chasing the Dragon, and Red Dragon picks up the win. And
Clever finish.
Indeed. And speaking of tag team action, the All Night Express will get their tag team title match against War Machine next week on Ring of Honor TV. I do believe that will be next week's main event. So that's something to look forward to. And that is it for
Unless you're the All Night Express.
Well, they feel like they deserve... yeah, I mean...
You feel like you might deserve a championship match, and you want a championship match, but when you're looking across the ring against people who might as well be named Brick Shithouse 1 and 2...
Wait, who's 1 and who's 2?
Who's got a longer beard?
Hanson.
He's 1.
Okay. Well, one quick news story. Brick Shithouse number 2, Raymond Rowe, just got engaged to his girlfriend, Catherine. So, congratulations to those two. Just happened over the weekend.
I saw the pictures on the Facebook.
Yeah, so congratulations to them. That is it for Ring of Honor stuffs and news, because there's nothing else going on. And we're going to go to upcoming shows. We only got one of them, and it's a holiday for all of us wrestling fans. It is National Pro Wrestling Day.
It's National Pro Wrestling Day. This is happening also in Pennsylvania. I don't think it's Philadelphia. It could be. I don't remember off the top of my head. But like every other 2 National Pro Wrestling Days that have preceded this, it's a free show.
Yeah, charity, bro.
If you show up, donate to the Polaris Project. That's their good cause of the year. Check it out. Check out all the stuff they've been saying about it on YouTube. There's Princess Kimberly has a whole spiel about it on YouTube. It's really cool. It's a good cause. It's probably my favorite one they've done so far. I'm going to donate. I'll tell you next week how much I donated. And and whatnot. It's going to be an awesome show because we've got
Is there a link to the website?
If you go to the National Pro Wrestling Day event page at chikarapro.com.
There you go. Check the description for chikarapro.com.
There's a link on the National Pro Wrestling Day event site to donate to the Polaris Project.
There you go.
We've got other promotions coming in, as happens sometimes with National Pro Wrestling Day, because we have Excellence Pro Wrestling. They're having a tag team match where one night only will take on Havoc and Danger Jameson. And Fighting Spirit Pro Wrestling presents House of Pain versus Magma, Superstar Whiplash, and Suntan Superman.
Fantastic.
I don't want to say that promotion sounds completely ghetto, but...
I'll say it. That promotion sounds totally ghetto.
Yeah, I mean, that is like where Homicide teaches people how to wrestle sometimes, so... Why not?
Please don't kill us, Homicide.
Oh god, I had a dream with Homicide the other day. But it was so weird. I think he was trying to sell a car to me or something. No, it was just something completely weird. I had 2 wrestling related dreams. One with Homicide and one where I was like on WrestleMania 2, like as part of the card, and I had to fucking wrestle John Stamos. No, I don't even fucking know. It started as a 6-man tag, where my partners were Jesse Ventura and Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
And then, I don't remember, John Stamos was with,
Please tell me it was Bob Saget.
No, it was Don Morocco and somebody else.
Come on, it wasn't...
It wasn't Bob Saget and Dave
Coulier. And Dave Coulier. God damn.
No. But yeah, but then somehow it was just me and John Stamos in the ring the whole time.
Damn.
Besides that, there's those 2 matches that aren't Chikara related. But we have Hollow Wicked will be going against Ophidian.
Nice.
We're going to have Mr. Touchdown versus Pinky Sanchez. We're going to have Heidi Loveless versus Solo Darling. We're going to have Dasher Hatfield versus Missile Assault Man. And the big main event that's got everyone around there buzzing is going to be Princess Kimberly going one-on-one against former WWE Women's Champion Mickie James.
Yeah!
The other cool thing about this show is it's going to have the 4 first-round eliminators from the Young Lions Cup tournament this year. This is
nice.
Young Lions Cup 12?
Yeah, 12.
So we're going to have the 4-way eliminators. There's 4 of those. The first round is going to happen at National Pro Wrestling Day.
Awesome.
The semifinals and finals to happen at a later show. So we know 11, I think, of the 16 competitors. We've got the Hermit Crab. He's going to be representing Chikara. We have Nutrius X. He's representing Fighting Spirit Pro Wrestling. We have Ken Broadway. He's representing Excellence Pro Wrestling. We've got Argus representing Chikara. We have Ashley Vox, a female competitor. This is awesome. There's 3 female competitors so far in the tournament. She's representing Lucky Pro Wrestling. We've got Luke Lawson, who's representing School of Rock, Billy Rock's Pro Wrestling School.
I've heard that name before, Luke Lawson.
Which is awesome because Billy Rock and Trip Cassidy and Heidi Lovelace have all represented School of Rock previous Young Lions Cup tournaments. Heidi Lovelace being the first School of Rock trainee to win the Young Lions Cup tournament, so they're hoping for 2 in a row.
Nice.
For School of Rock. We're going to have Willow Nightingale. She's representing the New York Wrestling Connection. We've got Prakash Sabar representing Chikara. Mike Verna representing the New York Wrestling Connection. Delmi Exo, she's representing Lucky Pro Wrestling. And Wani representing Chikara.
Nice.
So there's going to be at least 5 more people, if there's not more, because sometimes people can't make it, whatnot. Card is always subject to change. There's also going to be a dinner for you featuring Chuck Taylor. There's going to be a workshop, Intro to Pro Wrestling, earlier that day. There's a lot going on with National Pro Wrestling Day. So check it out. Especially if you're in the area, then go to it.
Yeah. If we were, we would.
Yeah.
We're on the other side of the country. We would. We're on the other side of the damn country.
I know. Sons of bitches. is what I call the miles that separate us from the other side of the country.
There's 3,000 sons of bitches between us
At least.
and
There's probably more than that.
National Pro Wrestling Day.
Who knows? We don't. We are bad at geographizing.
That's a big word.
Geographizing? I don't even think that's a real word.
It's still.
It doesn't matter if
It's
it's
a
a
big
real word.
non-word, bro.
Yeah, it's a huge non-word. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Comment especially if if you've got an independent promotion in your neck of the woods, or maybe even if it's not local to you, but it's a promotion that you like that we don't cover, because there's a few of those that like a lot.
Yeah,
like St. Louis Anarchy Wrestling and First Wrestling and
Pro Wrestling Syndicate,
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. There's so many of these things we don't cover, but if there's one specifically you want to see us cover, post it in the comments. Post a link to their Facebook or their website. Post links to YouTube matches that they have on there. Links to their social media accounts, Twitters and Tumblrs and Instagrams. Just link us and tell us why you want us to talk about them. And if we talk about them, we'll definitely give you a shout out for being the ones who brought them to our attention.
And as far as links go, there are links to all the people that we talk about regularly on this show. They are at the top of the description down there. We got, first of all, especially for this one, go to Chikara Pro so you can donate to the Polaris Project and get all the information about National Pro Wrestling Day. But there's all kinds of other links down there also.
Yeah, CZWrestling.com.
ROHWrestling.com.
AIWrestling.com.
LookMonoFans.com.
And loads more.
And then below that are all of our links: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, podcast, emails, all that stuff.
Talk to us on the social media.
Thank you for all of the views, the likes, the comments, the listens, all that stuff.
The reblogs, the retweets, the favorites.
This was a good
week.
Thumbs
upses.
We had a lot of people. There was a big buzz with AJ Styles going to WWE, so lots of talk in the wrestling world. And now we got Chikara coming back. So yeah, we're going to be having some more awesome results coming up in later editions.
Lastly, but definitely not leastly, look up at that playlist, because we've got the Raw review that happened on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the midweek wrap up, which happened in the middle of the week.
This was Rumble week.
I know, it's getting there. That's a good Quentin Tarantino in it.
Oh. We had the Raw review.
We had the midweek wrap-up, which happened in the middle of the week.
With Lucha Underground coming back.
Yeah, we had SmackDown Rundown,
Yeah.
Which was right before this video that you're watching right now.
That'd be the 80s.
We got this video, and if you go back to the beginning of the week, we got not one, but count them, 2 Royal Rumble reviews, because that's a special week when the Royal Rumble rolls around.
Got one specifically.
That's fun to say.
We got
when
one
the Royal Rumble rolls around.
One specifically from the pre-show to the semi-main event, and then one specifically about the Rumble itself, which is really long. So if you want an in-depth look talking about entrance and eliminations, check out Rumble Part 2, AJ Styles debuts.
Yeah, so thanks, y'all, for listening.
Or watching.
Or watching. Or both. I mean, you could have the YouTube on and just not be watching. You could be like...
Yeah.
Vacuuming, but you have your volume turned up really loud or something.
And you know what? I don't condone this with anything else, but if you want to use a YouTube to MP3 website and download us, you can listen to us that way if you want to.
But don't do that to other people.
Yeah,
for their music and stuff.
Us, just us.
You can do it for us because we don't charge you for this anyways.
No.
This is free. For the
it's free,
people.
bro.
For the people. Pinky for the children.
We do it for The Rock.
We do it so I every other day on YouTube could say, fuck Alex Riley.
Yeah. See you next week for 86. You failed, son of a...
I bitch slapped that pen across the room. Cut that out.